You don't think you harbor any kind of responsibility for these hate crimes?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be charitable.
He was absolutely terrible.
So you talked a little bit about immigration, and in the past you've talked about how white Australians, Americans, Europeans are being replaced by non-white immigrants in what is often referred to as the Great Replacement Theory. This is the same...
Have I said that whites are being replaced?
Well...
I don't think I said that.
Well, it's been mentioned on your show 4,000 times. And
really, when did I say that?
On your
I said
show.
whites are being replaced?
You have said that before.
Really?
Yeah.
I would challenge you to cite that, because I'm pretty sure I haven't said that. I said native-born Americans are being replaced, including blacks.
Native-born Americans.
Native-born Americans.
And
Americans black Americans have been, African Americans have been in the United States for, in many cases, their families over 400 years. And their concerns are every bit as real and valid and alive to me as the concerns of white people whose families have been there 400 years. So I've never said that whites are being replaced. Not one time. And you can't cite it.
Untrue.
So,
and here she is going on the stage trying to fight him on something he never even said. He never even said it. You're trying to basically put words into his mouth saying that he said white people have been replaced. He's asking you for a citation. Where is it? Let's find out.
We just met, but when our relationship starts with a lie, it makes it tough to be friends. So
you've been lying
let's
about
pull
my
that back.
press
I'm
gallery
happy to
colleagues
explain
all
what I
morning
do
as well,
think.
so.
Well, you actually can't say it because I didn't say it, and I don't believe it. And I'm telling you that to your face, so why don't you just accept me at face value? My concern is that the people who are born in the country are the main responsibility of its leaders. And as noted earlier, when those leaders shift their concern from the people whose responsibility it is to take care of to people around the world to put their priorities above that of their own citizens, that's immoral. And they are being replaced in my country, people who are born in the United States. And the birth rate tells the whole story. They are not at replacement rate. And so the US population is growing because we're importing people from other countries. And my view is that happy people have children, and a functioning economy allows them to do that. And we don't have that. And so you need to fix the economy and fix the culture and make it so that people who want to have kids can. You don't just go for the quick sugar fix of importing new people. Like, that's my position.
That's a fair position. It makes sense. It really makes sense. And my problem is what he's saying is fair. Put American citizens first in America. Why wouldn't you want to do that? And my problem is illegal, and I'm talking about illegal immigration. Illegal immigration is growing at astronomical rates. We aren't doing a lot to stop it, and American citizens' day-to-day lives are suffering. We're facing some of the highest inflation rates that we've faced in decades right now. The job market is horrendous. The housing market is horrendous. People are really struggling. We're not focused on Americans right now. We're focused on letting outside people in, and we're giving them money. And this is not me making up stuff. Nothing I'm saying is based off of my own opinion about what's happening. We are having one of the worst housing crises right now. We are having some of the highest inflation right now. We are having some of the worst job markets right now where college degrees value is dwindling. We're having some of the worst economic crisis where the dollar is dwindling. We're having some of the highest illegal immigration right now. And what are we doing to fix it? So for him saying this, thank you. Thank you for putting this out there.
And if you think that's racist, that's your problem.
I never called you a racist.
But of course you are suggesting, and
well,
I must say one of the reasons people don't like people like you in the media is that you never say exactly what you mean. Your slurs are all by implication, and you're about to tell me the Great Replacement Theory is racist or anti-Semitic, whatever. I've said what I've said to you right now like 100 times in public. I hope to, if I live long enough, say it 100 more times. I think it's completely honest and real, not racist or scary. It's factually true. It's not a theory, it's a fact. And the whole point of your question was to be like, you're a scary racist.
Well, I haven't
And
actually
my
finished my
response is,
question.
no, I'm not. Okay, well, how about no more lying in your questions, and then I'll answer it.
Okay, well, this is the same theory, or as you say, idea, that has inspired the New York Buffalo shooting where 11 black Americans were killed. Two white Americans were killed.
Like,
it's also inspired...
it's not, first of all...
It's inspired one of the worst Australian guns
How do
of
they
all
get
time
people
to
this
shoot
stupid in the media? I guess it doesn't pay well. Look, I'm sorry. I've lived among people like you for too long, and I don't mean to call you stupid. Maybe you're just pretending to be, but I've never I'm totally against violence. I'm totally against the war in Ukraine, for example, which doubtless you support. And like all dutiful liberals, support more carnage. I don't. I hate mass shootings, actually. Nothing I said...
How does she even relate what he said to that? Okay, if anyone watching this got the same correlation from a mass shooting to what he's talking about, I'll give you $100. I swear. If you are honest with me and you told me that you got that correlation, just email me, man. Because my thing is, how did you get... That's so far left field. I can't even understand. I can't even get it. I can't even understand. He said he basically said we need to put Americans first. You said that's racist. He said how? You said because that same line of thinking is what leads to mass unaliving. What? Let's continue.
What does it mean to inspire something? My views are not bigoted against any group. They're honest. They're factual. That's not hate. That's reality. And my views derive from my deep concern for Americans, actually. Americans aren't having kids because they can't afford to. And nobody in charge cares. And so that's my position. That doesn't inspire mass shootings. How dare you try to tie me to some lunatic who murdered people? How dare you, actually? And in fact, I mean, do you know what I mean? I'd be like, Hitler wore those shoes. A lot of people are saying that you're like Hitler. Can you explain those shoes? Hitler wore exactly the same shoes, and you're like, I've got nothing to do with Hitler. Well, that's how I feel about your absurd, disingenuous question.
Right, so therefore you support gun control?
Bro, why does she keep talking about guns? Oh my goodness. I'm assuming this young woman is a liberal. I swear. This is so frustrating because I really pride myself in how much I care about the world. I care about our country. I love our country. I love all of you. I want everyone to have a successful, happy, and equitable life. And here he is basically saying that he believes the same thing. He wants Americans to be happy, to at least have the ability to buy a house, have children. I'm not saying I want Americans to be rich. Just be able to buy a house, not even an expensive house. Just have their own property that's theirs and their families and have children. And she completely ignored what he said. She basically said he was racist and that what does he think about gun control? You can't make this up, man.
What? I thought it couldn't get dumber, but it did. No, I don't support disarming law-abiding people so they can't defend themselves. So the government has a monopoly on violence? I don't think so. First of all, in my country, that's illegal, as you know. But moreover, it should be illegal in every country. A sovereign person has the right to defend himself and his family. Period. And that said, I'm totally opposed to harming anyone. Are you concerned about the war in Ukraine? And the countless innocents being murdered there every single day? I doubt you are. Probably Putin bad. I am. I'm a Christian. I hate violence. I hate mass shootings. I have guns at home and often on my person when I'm in the United States, I'm proud to say.
What he's saying, this is not even far-fetched. I don't even understand how this is even considered a conservative or a rightist point of view. To me, this is just common sense. You want people in your country to have happy, healthy lives, to buy homes, to start families, to be able to protect themselves and their families. That's just common sense. I think everyone should just want that. Why would you want to remove one of the controls that give citizens the right to protect themselves? If you remove that, how are they going to really protect themselves? It will just be left up to physical strength on who's the strongest. Because if you remove weapons or remove weapons for protection, whoever's the strongest or biggest, they'll have most of the power. Or whatever organization is the strongest and biggest, they'll have most of the power. Why are you trying to take rights from citizens? That's all I'm saying. Anyways, what he's saying just sounds fair to me. Let me know if you agree in the comments.
Because I want to defend myself and those I love against violence. That's the point. I'm not perpetrating crimes. I'm not shooting strangers. I'm defending what I love. And if you're against that, I guess I would ask why. Why would you be against that?
Well, so you don't think you harbor any kind of responsibility for these hate crimes?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be charitable. I was like, maybe you're just pretending to be dumb. Now I don't think it's an act.
Tucker, thank you.
Yeah, she was terrible. She was absolutely terrible. And I tried to be fair. She was terrible, bro. This was unacceptable. You have any comments? Just comment them. This was bad. I'll see you guys on the next one.